Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now we've got a bunch of exclusive submissions come through, so we're going to be doing one band a day for the rest of the week. Not too bad though, because we've got some cool bands to check out. Today we're going to check out a returning band to the channel, and I love it when bands keep coming back for more. Love it. This is Imperial Skies. I was just looking on their Instagram page, and they got some pretty cool posts up here. They've just had a review in Paige Barrett Freelance. It says, Imperial Skies cement themselves as trailblazers of modern metal. Well, that's a very nice thing to say. And it says here that they think Paige Barrett's the best music journalist out there right now. I thought, well, I'll have to check out her page. So we did. It's pretty cool. They got a nice write-up here about their album and stuff, which is pretty cool. Some other bands that we haven't had on the show that maybe I need to check out. So yeah, shout out to Paige Barrett as well. Also, it said on their page here that they've got playing in over 38 countries, which is nice. We must be broadcasting with this channel to at least 38 countries, so you can probably add another bunch to the list as well from this channel. But I love to see this kind of stuff. They've got also added to a bunch of Spotify playlists, modern metalcore type stuff. Very, very nice. You know, there's a bunch of different ways to try and get your music out there. Getting it on YouTube, getting it on Spotify, getting it on Bandcamp, Facebook, all the rest of it. And you just got to plug away at all those different things to kind of get your name about and get yourself heard. These guys are doing that nicely, and I love to see it. You know, once a band's been on the channel and we've checked them out, I kind of feel attached to them in some way, some shape or form. And I always keep an eye on them, you know, when I'm searching through the Facebook and the Instagram posts. And when I see posts like that they're doing well, getting recognition, getting on Spotify playlists, whether it's other React channels or checking them out or something like that, I love it. I love to see it. You know, it feels good when we've got on board with a band on this channel and then you see them doing well and getting on. Yeah, dope. Feel like I've had my little part in it as well. The track we're going to check out today is called Listen Up. We've got it on the screen. Let's give it a spin. I must admit, I do like metalcore where it's got those uplifting, positive lyrics, you know, turn your life around type lyrics. I always remember Killswitch Engage with that stuff. I just think it's a cool message to push through the music. Yeah. Nice weight in the drums. Nice pickup part here, change the tempo a bit, it's cool. Nice weight in the drums, brings in a heaviness.
The silence in your suffering, that's what you just said, that is far more concerning to me. I need you to just get up and let go. I cannot lose you to the sorrow that you think you know. The sorrow that you think you know. The sorrow that you think you know.
These guys, excuse me, these guys did a nice job on this track. It sounded right, it sounded balanced out. I really like that they changed the tempo and the pickup for the chorus. Usually it drops down for that stuff and opens out more, but these guys picked it up, and that's a nice change. What I noticed, because we had kind of this music yesterday as well, and what I noticed in the bands yesterday, and it is a bit in this music as well, is the drum beats, the cymbal at least, is very bouncy in this kind of music. And when you have that all the way through, even if you're changing the way the kick and the snare is, you're locked into that cymbal, and it just creates that bounce all the way through. Now, it's a nice bounce to get into, but when there's not any other variation to the cymbal work than that, or it doesn't change the tempo or pick it up or drop it, break it down in any other way, I don't know, it gets a bit, for me at least, it gets a bit repetitive. You just kind of all the way through, and it's nice to get some variation. So I liked it there. It caught me off guard a bit where they picked it up for the chorus. I think that's cool. Very, very nice. Now, what I would say to these guys is don't be afraid to expand on this formula, because what the bands yesterday did show for us as well, and it was a similar type modern metalcore music, is the way to stand out in this kind of music, because there's a lot of bands creating this kind of sound, is to bring in edges or little bits and bobs that set you apart from the rest. And I would say to these guys, don't be afraid to think about maybe using some synthy sounds in this kind of music, some mix it up more so with the drum beats as well. Drummer did do his nice job in this one. There was a lot of tom work, and because they were nice and weighty toms, it added a nice weight to the mix as well, aside from the guitars and the bass, so that was good. But you know, yesterday we had some blast beats in there, which is stuff you don't necessarily see in this kind of music, which caught me off guard, and I was like, hey, that's pretty nice, or whatever. Just little spicy bits on the drums is always nice. I like the ting on the ride that they did. They put it in just the right spot, and I just always love to hear that. Maybe stuff with the vocal as well, like the way they layered the screaming and the singing vocal in this one, and didn't just have the a separate clean and then a shouting vocal. That's one way to mix it up. Maybe use effects on the vocal, maybe distortion on the vocal, something like that, because the formula of this modern metalcore has been going for a few years now, and I feel like it's been perfected to the point where, unless people start adding on to it and modifying it and evolving it in some way, we're kind of treading water with it now. And I never really like to tread water with music. I'm always more interested in the freshest sounds. And I think bands like these do need, within 2022, to think, how are we going to become a 2022 modern metalcore band? Because I do think this is going to be the year that you start to see modern metalcore bands breaking away from what's been going on in the last 3 to 5 years, I would say, because it's about time for something fresh. And I'm pretty sure the bigger modern metalcore bands are thinking that as well, and they're trying to think of what it is. It's not an easy task, but they're trying to think what it is that they can do to mix it up, spice it up, and make it a bit fresh for this year. Not all of them are going to get it right. Bands make mistakes in terms of their fan base, because they say, all right, well, we'll try doing something a bit more melodic this time and go even softer. And their fan base say, We wanted something heavier, and it doesn't go down too well. Or, you know, they take it the other way, and it's too much for the band, for the fans out there, and they want the melodic side and the softer side to this kind of music. So it's a tightrope to walk. I haven't got all the answers, but what I will say is I do get the feeling in my gut, in my loins, that modern metalcore in 2022 is going to have to mix itself up, or the bands that do mix themselves up are going to be the ones that rise to the top this year because they've got something fresh to offer the listeners, and the bands that still pump out another kind of 2020, 2021 modern metalcore album are kind of going to be yesterday's news with it, because the newer, fresher bands are going to have taken the spotlight with that. So that's my advice to all modern metalcore bands, not just Imperial Skies, all the bands yesterday I said it to as well, is definitely try and have your own spin. I don't like to call it a gimmick, because a gimmick's never going to work, but your own little twist to this modern metalcore thing, just to freshen it up, spice it up for 2022, because going into this new year, I think that's what people are going to be looking for, and that's what some of the other bands are going to be doing. So if you don't get on that bandwagon, you might get left behind. There you go. I thought these guys were cool though. I enjoy having them back on the channel. It's always nice to get bands and know that they've got on board with this show, and when they make a submission, you know, as soon as you see it come through in the subscriptions on YouTube, it's come through as a submission as well. That's super dope. Really, really cool. Good luck to these guys going into 2022. Hopefully we see some more music out later on in the year, and maybe with a little bit of spice to it as well. That'd be dope. Hope you're having a good day, guys. That's going to be it for today. We'll see you around. Bye.